Good evening, folks. We have made it to the final quarter-final. The second last quarter-final of today's proceedings in the Sir John Ritblat British Open Doubles. My name's Sam Legg. I'm joined by Benedict Yorston yet again. Benedict, what are we in for today?
Good evening, Sammy, and we are back here for England versus Australia with James Medlow and Ned Batstone taking on Nick Howell and Rob Fahey. So very much the seasoned favourites, the number one seeds in Fahey and Howell, a pairing that all real tennis fans will be very familiar with, up against two up-and-coming players, James Medlow, the assistant pro here at Queen's Club, and amateur player Ned Batstone.
Rob
Here we
Fahey's
go.
Career highlights continue to almost interfere with the boundaries of the screen.
Yeah, almost justifies a smaller font size practically on the Australian Open.
Yeah.
In particular, there are plenty of World Championships as well, though not since 2017, last time on the doubles side. But plenty of Open Championships here, and then we see Nick Howell as well, the pro at Aiken, off a +9 handicap for world number 2.
These two have been partnering each other for a good 7 years now, so well and truly in tune with each other's games. Having started playing after Rob Fahey's victory in the 2017 World Championship doubles.
As you see there, Nick just missing the US Open doubles from his career doubles Grand Slam, although he'd also probably like to add a World Championship to that at some point as well.
Sorry, I'll correct myself already. 2017 World Doubles was not with Nick, and also not a victory for Rob, but that was the infamous 4-love up on day one, and then 5-set comeback from Can and Tim to win in Preston. Opposing the number one seeds is Radley Real Tennis Club's Ned Batstone. Travelling man at the minute in real tennis, basing himself half the time in London, half the time in Oxfordshire. He appears to have played the Van Allen twice in 2025 there.
Great commitment there from Ned.
I'm not entirely sure how he did that, because I was only there for one of the Van Allen Cups. I'm not sure where they pulled the other one from.
Ooh, controversial status here from James Medlow.
Status
not
amateur.
Not allowed to play the Van Allen because he's too much of a pro.
But
not allowed to
very
claim his
much
prize money because he's too much of an amateur.
Yeah, he's in the.
Let's have a vote in the chat. Like this video if you
what
think
status
he's a pro.
is James Medlow? No, I think he's definitely crossed the threshold into professional ranks.
And you see winning the British doubles amateurs last year, and also taking the Henry Leaf title recently, defending that with Will Flynn, so a lot of doubles prowess there. Ned a great volleyer of the ball, so again a really good doubles player. These two have gelled very well playing in this tournament together. They've come through arguably 2 upsets to get here, and they're taking on the number one seeds. Rob Fahey cut volley to start us off.
Marking tonight for the 4th time is Queen's Club senior pro Neil McKenzie.
Love.
It's got to be a good little confidence boost to Medlow, finding the girl on the third point of the match.
Door, 15-30.
Neddy yet to strike a ball.
Not much warm-up needed for Fahey to strike a force at full pelt down Medlow's throat there. So there you go, you can see the recent matches from Ned and Medlow. So 2 really fantastic victories there. One fairly comfortable one in the first round of qualifying, followed up by a really great 3-set win against Hollins and Smith, which they were definitely the underdogs for. And likewise for Fahey Gordon, so 2 really great performances from Batstone Medlow, taking out 2 really strong pairings there. So they've done really well to make it this far, and their biggest challenge yet here. Yeah, it's very solid from Nick there. First of all looking for the hazards, but then finding the main wall timbre. Sealing that first game there. Oh, beautifully done there from Rob. A slightly late reaction there after Nicky looked like he might dive in for the volley, but pops into the winning gallery. I mean, there was a hand of apology after the winning gallery, but frankly, I don't think there was that much luck involved.
That's well found by Nicky.
Good put away. Business-like from the #1 seed so far. Chance for 2-love. And having put one in the winning gallery, he goes the other side of the court and floats one into the grill. That is 2-love to Fahey Howell. Underarm twist.
Oh my god,
oh,
fantastic.
Fantastic volume from all around the court there. Some great daggered backhands from Ned. And then Medlow finding the force, but Fahey killing it round the timbre. It's unlikely from James.
Anticipation from Medlow to pick that one out of the winning.
They may not be yet converting it to too many points or games, but what we are seeing is some really fantastic rallies here. Medlow, Batstone making Fahey and Howell win the points. They're not just handing them this match. Oh,
40-love, 1 check.
Another hand of apology there. Going for the winning gallery.
That one thoroughly deserved. Off the edge into the body of Medlow. We've been told by our producer we're allowed to have some free reign on Ash's commentary, given this is an England versus Australia tie. I'm not sure how far he'll let us go.
40 love, receivers lead. Chase better than the door.
Neil McKenzie, your marker for this evening. He's putting in a good stint today in the marker's chair. Good defence from Medlow.
That one just popped off the tambour a little more than Rob was expecting, I think. First doubles match of the tournament, of course, for Rob and Nick, having not needed to play through qualifying or the first round.
Game, receivers. 3 games to love, first set.
That cut volley proving a little too tight for James there.
Love. Love.
Rare error from the go.
30.
Gives the acknowledgement of a good shot.
A couple in this game, one of the tambour as well. Last couple of games rather.
Howell, it seems, coming out with all guns blazing.
Yeah, great volley there from Ned.
Doesn't manage to get that rally though. It's good enough for Medlow.
It's another ledge of a winning gallery, but Nicky almost getting that one back. Still, game point for Batstone Medlow, they'll be happy with that. But a great width of cut volley. Medlow was up volleying the last couple, so you think Nicky might have just
That
put
one
it
straight
a
through the
little
keeper.
wider. A little wider.
Didn't quite get a racket on it.
There you go, the great volley off the wall that you saw there.
Yeah, his hands have gotten insanely good in the last couple of years as Medlow's been
40-30 receivers.
going through the IIP and IRP programs.
Assistant pro here at Queen's Club, so plenty of familiarity with this court. Ned also a member playing here. Out of court.
Catch that one.
How's that?
It's worth having a go at.
You could hear the rip on the first ball from Ned. Made well to make Nick play one more shot, but that one drifting short. And we're back to juice here. Nick's turn to find a grill, bang in the centre off the half volley. Nicely put away. And a chance of 4 love here for the first seeds.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
That one finding the winning gallery, no ledge needed this time. So it's a storming start from Fahey Howell.
It's a great rest.
Fantastic rest, really good volleying from all around the court once again. Some good scoops out off the timbre from Medlow, some great volleying from Batstone. They get their just rewards with a 15 love. That's also how hard you got to work to get a point against these two.
15 all. Good shot. 30-15.
How good width on that backhand.
It's not a bad service points one percentage there.
30
That'll
all.
help,
30 all. 30 all.
It's a lovely shot from Medlow.
30. 40-30.
Another game point now for the youngsters. Slightly loose put away on the backhand there from Rob, just giving Medlow Batstone a chance to get back into it. Game point here.
Juice.
That one's gone over the beams though, so we are back to juice. Saw the chance. Got to go aggressive against players of this caliber. Just floated out.
Advantage. Receivers.
Beautiful put away from Nicky there, just sweeping that one
Juice.
into the grill. Medlow Batstone might kick themselves if they let this game go by without getting themselves on the board.
Emphatic call from Medlow there.
Well, I think he may not know the exact percentage, but he's aware of how tricky it is down the receiving end against these two, so I think a good call to try and get back down the service end. And they'll do it with another game point. So hazard better than a yard. Advantage Batstone Medlow. Really great chance for them to get on the board in this match. So you hear that beautiful half volley put away into the grill from Nicky.
Yeah, Medlow did quite well on that ball to drag it right down to Nicky's feet, but unfortunately for Medlow, Nicky is currently the finest real tennis player with balls off his ankles.
Serves advantage. Hazard.
Former
chase,
professional
better than
golfer,
the yard. Hazard.
he's got fairly good hand-eye down there.
Whether the ball moves a bit more in real tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah, good put away there. The topspin backhand from Nick, just finding second gallery. So it is another
Backhand.
game point saved. We are back
Backhand
to
roll drive.
third juice. Rob throwing himself off his feet there on the first force and then following it up with a driven backhand. But great accuracy still, as well as the pace.
More than your worst in the last
That
gallery.
one not quite finding the dead on, but it'll take a chase. And as the game continues, this time the number one seed's turn to have a game point as they go towards the service end. And there are excellent view of the two commentators for the day.
yeah, it's been a long stint for us in the commentary booth today, Benedict, and I think we could be in for a bit more. This heater is being our best friend at the minute.
Body temperature just above 0.
It's more than a yard worse than the last gallery.
As I'm in England, I will continue the right to moan. It is, of course, the English national sport.
Not managing to get that post low enough, just down on Rob's feet. So we are back to deuce again for 4th deuce of the game, stretching out this first set here.
Service advantage.
I think Ned's going to want that one back.
I think you're right. Another clear call of leave it from Medlow there. Good striking from Ned, good defence from Nick.
Sounds like Nicky broke a string in that rally. Looking at his racket.
Fresh bat.
Could be in for a job for me.
Need to bring all my
Going
rackets
to the fresh
in.
bat.
Need to bring all my rackets in this week, get them all strung.
Receives advantage. Hazard.
There's any place to
check,
find a lot of
better
real
than
tennis
2,
players.
Hazard. Better than 2. Juice.
Nicky not quite having enough patience on that one.
Service advantage.
Brings up advantage for the strapping young lads. Disappointing end to that rally from Medlow.
Juice. Chase worse than 6.
Backhand roll force from Fahey proving effective.
Beautifully done off the main wall there. Sometimes when that shot floats in, you think it's pretty unintentional. That was a pretty purposeful choice. Off the main wall there.
Yeah, always likes to give it a chance. If you got that option, or disguise that and hit a cut volley, why wouldn't you use it? Just gone on to the
Game service.
out of court area.
Rather fantastic tight game there with quite a lot of juices, but sadly for the youngsters, they don't get anything on the board to show for it. So we are 5 love for the number 1 seeds.
It's exceptionally tight to the battery wall.
15 love.
Or pretty much reading the bando there, slightly ridiculously. So well played from Rob. I mean, a fantastic first volley off the floor, pickups at the forehand corner, and then perfectly weighted there. Classy stuff.
Good heat from
Batstone
Ned.
comebacks with some heat.
30. Okay, 6 yards.
And then Medlow finds a really good volley off the wall.
15-30.
They'd love a game here.
Oh,
Tough when your opponent finds an edge of timbre like that. That one just spinning into Ned's calf.
no snicker required. That one definitely caught an edge.
Maybe that's why Darren was wearing the thermals earlier, trying to avoid injury to any rogue balls in the calves. But it is therefore the number 1 seeds who change ends in the lead with a set point.
(40-15). Receivers chase 6 yards.
That's
Medlow
one set
finding
point
a great
saved there.
option to slide it past Fahey.
Perfect height there. So 1 set point saved. Second set point now, 30-40. And it's 2 set point saved. That one with a really good length of bobble. Another juice for the set.
Oh,
he's found
crucial
it.
Nick roller.
Found the nick underneath the grill. Even the goat can't get that one up, and it's another game point for Batstone Medlow. And they almost had it there, a couple of chances, but Fahey finds the angle into the second gallery. Still a game point, but they got second gallery to beat from the receiver's end now. Nick saw that one sailing, perhaps going to catch the winning gallery ledge. Defended it out.
It's going to be
You
ugly.
see Rob just moving up there, taking the chance to gain the gallery. So let us know where you're watching from. Are you enjoying this match? Do you think that the first seeds are going to take it? Do you think they're going to take the whole tournament? What are your thoughts on what we've seen in the British Open here today? That one just cutting down off the back wall, slightly throwing off Batstone's force. Back to juice again.
Back wall not quite making the noise it usually makes there.
Set point number 3.
First gallery advantage.
Nicely played into first gallery from Ned there. Very close to flirting with the edge of the bando on the penthouse for a serve fault.
Yeah, it should be noted that at the Queen's Club here, the net post is recessed by about 1.5 feet into the marker's box. So it's significantly easier to hit the line here than it is at courts where it isn't.
Receives advantage, chase the first gallery. Chase the
First gallery chase. Advantage receivers. Set point.
That's great.
Oh, that's
from
fantastic
Batstone.
volleying from Batstone. Medlow tried to go houses, couldn't quite find one. But Ned's volley around the timber, getting them back to juice again. Well played, well played.
Advantage receivers.
It's another good length of serve.
Rare cut volley error for Howell.
The fourth set point goes a begging.
Better than the first
That's a
gallery.
tough read.
Juice.
Fourth juice, one chase.
Goal.
I think these last couple of games have taken about as long as the first four put together. Good first pick up off the main wall, but the second one just catching Medlow's frame, and it will be a fifth set point for the number one seed. You see here Medlow just looking for the hazards, couldn't quite find them. Followed by a really excellent exchange of volleys.
Question for you,
from
Benedict.
Ned.
If you're in Medlow and Batstone's position, how are you playing this match?
Better than the first gallery.
Feel free to answer after this point if you like.
It's just got to be a main wall dead on every point, I think.
Oh, it's a fantastic read off the bando.
The set point, going for the hazards, he's caught the bando. And it's another one saved, fifth juice of this game.
Advantage servers.
A little bit of French from Mr. Medlow there, did so well to stand the rally and then unfortunately just framing it into the net. Sixth set point here.
Clinical finish there from Howell.
No question on that one. Popped into
Sixth
a
set
gallery.
point gives them 6-love in the first.
So a six love set score, but slightly belying the closeness, especially those last couple of games. There's some really good tennis played by the youngsters.
Yeah, the last two games going to 6 juices each.
I'll be hoping for some games in this second set rather.
Fahey and Howell there just getting slightly tied up in their movement.
15 love.
Snicker required for that one.
15 all.
Tiny amount of edge. Howell potentially trying to find some unfair advantage in his next singles match.
Thicker edge on that one there, yeah.
I mean, that's so tight on the tambour wall.
30 all.
You can hardly get strings on the ball when it's that tight.
30.
So a chance for a fast start here. The youngsters leading in this second set. Can they get the game? Another game point, unfortunately, going begging there as Medlow finds the net tape.
Advantage 7. Ball up, Rob.
And it is a seventh game on the trot for the number 1 seeds, who are looking pretty ominous as they march through this match.
Second gallery.
Sensible choice from Medlow.
Nice put away from Nick there, yeah, just moving up almost to better than first gallery there, putting it away underneath the winning. Straight back to serving.
30 love.
That's a
Lovely volley.
fantastic drive from Ned there off the main wall. Beautifully done. Yeah.
Second gallery.
Ned going for the same thing again, trying to find a main wall dead on, just going a bit long. Rob spots him covering winning gallery, puts it behind him off the main wall timbre.
You see that summary of the first set.
So
Ned and James having to make Rob and Nick work fairly hard to win that one, even though the scoreline says 6-love.
yeah, for a 6-love, I mean, an incredibly respectable service one in particular. I mean, the issue for Batstone Medlow is only 13% chases late, but they're winning more than 50% of points at the service end, which is incredibly impressive given that they're playing the number 1 seeds. So yeah, the 6-love not really reflecting the pressure they're putting on them. Rob and Nick playing very well together as usual, says Dan from Chasing the Hazard. I think they're going to be a bit too strong today, but that James and Ned have had a fantastic tournament. Absolutely true. Chance here. And chance taken. Well played. Medlow
30-40.
finds a grill. Back to 30-40.
Game.
But that is
Game
the
set
game.
up.
Second game of this second set goes Fahey Howell's way. Yeah, I wonder if we'll see some new serves or new tactics from Batstone Medlow at any point.
Moving onwards to the last gallery. Love.
Yeah, I mean, it's fairly difficult to serve to these guys when you're either going to get, in response, a Rob Fahey cut volley or a Rob Fahey force. There's generally no way to get him kicked off one of those.
I'd quite like to see some full PKs, I think. We saw a few of those used to great effect in some of the earlier matches today. So I think that could be an interesting way to try and cause a little bit of chaos from the service end.
name while Rob's just clipping the underside of the bando and finding Medlow on the way through.
15
Slightly
last
unlucky.
servers, chasing more than a yard worse than the last gallery.
I mean, that is a pretty good rest.
Nicely done there, looping over Fahey's head, dropping into the dead on.
15 all.
Well weighted. Lobbed it on. Good enough to win chase the servers.
Nice finish, obviously all the hazards opened up there on the chase. So 30-15 Fahey Howell. Another good put away from Nikki.
Forty, 15.
And again, really nice striking from Nick from the back of the court there.
Stretching out their lead to 3-love in this second set.
Some wonderfully acrobatic defense from Medlow there, but unfortunately just giving Rob another chance to attack. Piles one towards the grill, gets the racket error.
It's a great effort from Rob to get to that, but sadly the boast finds the out-of-court line.
Sent Nick running at the previous one. That's a great cut volley from Ned.
15 all.
Gets the tap of approval from Rob. And beautifully placed into first gallery there from Batstone.
Yeah, the textbook way to get that chase.
Absolutely.
In fact,
Chris Ronaldson taught him that one actually.
yeah. You see that lob dead-ons from Medlow. Yeah, I think it would be good to see some curly serves thrown at the number one seeds.
I always think that if you're the underdog, you want to try and cause a bit of chaos. You don't want things to go into a repeatable, predictable pattern. So anything that can chuck a little bit of uncertainty, chaos into the mix seems like a good thing to my mind. Here we go. Better than a yard. Misses underneath the dead on from a tight bobble. Good serve from Ned. First gallery again. That one is down. Good cut volley from Nick. So we are 30 all as we hit the halfway point in the second set. Unlucky,
Defense from the young boys.
just floating over into a pillar there from Medlow. Point for 4 love.
Games. 4 games to
And
love.
the number 1
Second
seeds
set,
take
4
it.
love.
So we are 4 love in this second set here. Medlow back on serve.
15 love. Fault edge.
Well marked. Just catching the edge of the penthouse on the way up there. Called a fault by Mr. Mackenzie. Good
30
tennis
love.
there. Nick getting the stroke in the end, just catching Ned's racket as it drifted towards
30
the
love
last
receives
gallery.
lead.
So just 6 points for the number 1 seeds to take this second set here. And that's one of
40
them.
love.
Point for 5 love. That's a bit of chaos.
Game receiver.
And classic
Unfortunately,
Fahey.
Robs flicks that off a driven topspin backhand into the dead on. Not a lot that could be done about that, and it is 5 love. That was a great serve.
15
That
love.
is extra little bit of a bounce on the bobble. Just wrong footing, Nikki. Can the youngsters get a game in the latter end of this second set? A Rob Schenkman-esque volley
15 all.
back into the main one from Medlow there, but the second bite of the cherry flying through middle stump. Oh, it's flare o'clock here at Queen's Club on the East Court. A beautiful behind the back from Fahey. A nice drawn out rally.
Bit of exhibition stuff.
Cut backhand into the corner, eventually drawing out the point. 2 points from the second set here. Fahey Howell.
40, 15.
And they bring up 3 set points.
Out of court, that is game.
Only
and the
needed
set,
1,
16
and that is
love.
a second set to Fahey Howell. 6 love, 6 love. The first seeds in this year's tournament, looking on ominous form. Pushed by the youngsters, some really excellent tennis in there, but they march towards the final. Medlow to serve first in this third set.
It was lovely play from everyone on court there.
15 love.
Fantastic rally, yeah, to start us off. Great pick up from Rob off the timber, some great volleying, good aggression from Batstone. But once again, familiar story of the old guns coming out on top. Or older guns, I should probably say.
They're well experienced.
40 love. Stroke. Game 1 love, third set.
Number 1 seeds start their tally in the third set.
Love. Stroke, leads them on the way through. 30 love. Love.
I think perhaps not surprisingly that service percentage points won from Batstone and Medlow drifting rather dramatically down in that second set, down to 18%, having been up above 50% in that first set, as the Fahey Howell cut volleys and forces to really warm up. Anything else that stands out to you there, Sammy?
I mean, apart from set duration 15 minutes, it's exceptionally quick.
Better than the door.
Yeah, speedy, efficient, impressive from the first seeds. Chance for 2 love here. That's probably a betting pool on over under 15 minutes for this third set.
I'm sure Giles could sort you out.
As you mentioned, the slightly recessed net post, opening up that option for hazard the line quite easily. Rob finds it, and a 2 love lead in the third set. Great shot from Medlow there. Actually, Nick almost hitting the ball a little bit too hard into the main wall tamper, just meaning it popped out. Sat up for Medlow to have a swing at it. Finds the third dead on. Nicely done. Yeah, good width from Nick there.
Absolutely pinned to the tambour wall, that ball. Howell slightly wrong-footed.
All.
Good heat. Boys fired up. 2 game points.
1 point Ned is the cry from Medlow. They want this game. They really want a game on the board. Got a chance here. Cut volley. It was so close. It was centimetres over the net off Fahey's racket. But it is back to juice. Medlow fires up to go again. Load the cannon.
Howell calling Fahey onto every single one of those shots.
So a game point sadly goes by, and we are now at advantage to the first seeds for 3 love.
Game.
And they take it. They are
Games to love.
halfway
Service lead,
to
3 love.
victory in this third set, which would see them sail comfortably into the semi-finals on Sunday. Beautiful placement there
15
from Rob,
love.
just taking the weight off the ball. Ned couldn't quite get there.
Hazard and pairing have made their objectives clear. They just want one game. How has that ball missed the timber? Finds the lights.
4 games to love. 4 love.
Another notch on the board for the number 1 seeds. 4 love in the third set.
That could be awkward. Yeah.
15 love.
Great techers from Batstone. Yeah, good choice from Howell. Saw Medlow go up towards the galleries. Fantastic rest.
That's fantastic. Fantastic ball. Just getting it down onto Rob's feet just makes it all the more difficult.
I mean, what a fantastic
Great
rest.
hands from everyone on the court, and then Ned taking one in the derriere.
Great picks around for everyone.
Chance for 5 love here. Oh, that's
red from
unfortunate
Fahey.
there. Just taking the underside of the crossbar. Medlow doing a great job of calling you in that rally, but sadly that last one perhaps should have also been called Batstone, as it nicked the timbre.
Love. No.
So as we reach 15:30 in the third set, we have a prediction in the chat from Lev Yashin that Rob Fahey will win. What do you think about that prediction, Sammy?
The numbers would say that's a pretty safe call.
I don't think Polymarket's giving you great odds on
No.
any opinions
Yeah.
along those lines.
Other betting avenues are available. And a winning gallery to seal match point.
Beautifully done there from Nikki, the backhand down the line after Rob flicked a net tape in pursuit of the same outcome. Beautifully done from the number one seeds. A really dominant performance there, but the youngsters of Medlow Batstone should be very encouraged by some of their performances there. Not quite reflective of the triple bagel scoreline. Some really great rallies, some really impressive play. You see here the Rob flicked forehand topspin and barely an angle to work with for Nikki.
Yeah.
Slides into the backhand. Rob loved that one.
Medlow holding his head in whatever emotion that can best be summed up as.
So Rob and Nikki will go into the semi-finals, where they will face the winner of this evening's final doubles quarter-final between Levi Gale and Lewis Williams against number 3 seeds Bryn Sayers and Ben Taylor-Matthews, who actually played against each other in the singles, as Rob Fahey and Nick Howell will similarly be doing. So plenty of doubles pairings having to face off against each other in the singles draw. But I've been Bennett Yorston, I've been joined by Sammy Legg, and we'll be back in around about half an hour, perhaps a little bit longer, for the final doubles match of the day. As we said, Sayers, Taylor-Matthews against Levi Gale, Lewis Williams. Hope to see you there.